Hi, my name is Kim. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be discussing the interview process and how to land your next dream job. So the first point that we're going to discuss today is preparation for your interview. First and foremost, you're going to want to bring several copies of your resume. So make several copies of your resume. We are not going to discuss the application process or how to build a resume in this video. It is a topic that warrants its own, and you can see that on my YouTube channel. Second, you are going to want to do as much research as you possibly can on the company with whom you are interviewing and all aspects of that company. For example, even if you're applying for a position in accounting, you're still going to want to understand the products that this company makes or sells or distributes, whatever they do, their history, and anything else that you can possibly learn as much as possible about this entire company, front to back, left to right. A lot of companies are getting more involved in social networking, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. They may have even posted YouTube videos, so you could definitely search that and, again, get as much research in as possible. For those of you who are just entering the workforce, grab yourself a notebook. Bring with you a pad of paper, a pen, a couple copies of your resume. You want to look prepared. On that pad of paper, have some questions written down about the company that you will be asking the interviewer. We're going to talk more about that later, what types of questions you can ask later during this video. Next, and this is extremely important, is dress appropriately. Dressing appropriately means different things to different people. To me, it means dress conservatively, take into consideration the environment in which you're interviewing. If you're interviewing at a law office, you're going to want to be dressed far more conservatively than if you're interviewing at a dance studio. So with conservative in mind, here's some suggestions. This shoe, no. This shoe is okay. If you want to wear flats, this shoe is cute, simple, conservative, closed toe. This shoe, never. Even if you're applying for a lifeguard position at a pool. Okay? You want to keep your accessories, earrings, necklaces, bracelets. You don't want to walk in jingling, so keep that at a minimum. I'm not saying you have to look like plain Jane, but keep it simple. Less is more. Ideally, you will be wearing a suit, and if you don't own a suit, it maybe somebody can loan you one, a friend. Don't discount Goodwill or Salvation Army secondhand stores. I've found some really unique, treasured items at those secondhand stores that you're not going to find elsewhere. If none of those are an option, and you have a nice pair of slacks or a skirt that's not too short, just above knee length or a little longer is great, and a blouse, that should suffice. You don't want to show up wearing anything that's too tight, too revealing, low-cut tops. All of that I would consider unacceptable. On interview day, you are going to want to make sure that you are on time. Ideally, you will be 5 to 10 minutes early. You don't want to be much more than 10 minutes early, otherwise you risk disrupting your interviewer's schedule or previous appointments. If you arrive earlier, sit in your car. So as you are entering the interview, you're going to want to start with solid eye contact with your interviewer, a firm handshake. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me. Smile. Be personable. Try to be relaxed and confident as possible given the circumstances. Regarding answering interview questions, obviously this is an art. I have another video that's devoted to the most common interview questions and what I deem to be appropriate responses. But just to give an overview, I recommend that people enter in their mind, prepared in advance, some examples that they feel highlight their strengths. For example, maybe in a previous position you completed a really difficult project in the 11th hour. Maybe you landed a big account that when the odds were against you. Whatever. I find that with these 3 or 4 examples in mind, you will be able to answer a variety of questions with just those 3 or 4 stories. Maybe they'll ask you whether or not you're a team player. Ideally, the answer is yes, and you have an example ready right here to work from where you can supply that example. That's the hardest part of the interview question, is the example. Because what you don't want to do is, you have to be able to back that up quickly. So again, if you have those 3 or 4 stories, anecdotes in your mind before walking into the interview, you should be able to provide those examples on the spot. As your interview comes to a close, you're going to want to make sure that you ask some questions. Hopefully you will have some questions prepared based on the research that you've already done. It's never a bad idea to start a question with, as I was doing research on the company website, I noticed that you've been at this location for 35 years, blah, 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 blah. Whatever the end of that question might be. I also find it is often a good idea to ask the interviewer about themselves. How long have you been with the company? What do you like about your position? Maybe what do you like about the company itself? This gives your interviewer an opportunity to open up to you, and now it's becoming a two-way dialogue. People tend to enjoy talking about themselves, so now they're on a topic that interests them. At the very end, you'll want to ask some very pointed questions. When are you looking to fill this position? Maybe you'll find out that the person who was in the position before left 2 weeks ago and they need somebody in that spot immediately. Or maybe you'll discover that they're actually still trying to figure out their hiring needs. They're trying to carve out some budget money, and it's a 6 month down the road idea. The answer to that question is going to dictate actually how you close the interview. You never want to slam a door shut, but if they're not looking to fill the position right away, you might end it with, thank you very much for your time. As you get closer, as you start to narrow down exactly what it is you're looking for, I would love for you to take me into consideration. Firm handshake. See you later. If they are looking to fill the position right away, you might want to be a little bit more aggressive. Firm handshake. I'm very interested in this position. I think I'd be a great fit. I look forward to hearing from you. A little bit more aggressive question, if you can, is you can ask the interviewer, do you have any immediate concerns about my resume that I can answer now? So thank you very much for visiting my YouTube channel and watching my video today on how to have a successful interview. Please take a look at my other videos that address how to build a successful resume and common interview questions, among others, of course. I watched a movie today, a documentary called I Am by Tom Shadyac that I found very inspiring. And he talked about how we can make changes with even the tiniest steps. And I'm hoping that some of my videos might help someone reach whatever goals that they have for themselves. Again, thank you very much for visiting my channel. Bye.